Hey, Bernice.
Hi, Susie.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How about you?
Doing okay too. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Pete. I see he.
Hi, watch along. Here I
But,
am.
Hi, Helene.
Eileen, you're
hello.
muted.
You are muted.
Yeah.
Oh, she's eating. Okay.
Oh,
So
uh,
how are you? What's going on?
with me?
Yeah, you.
A little of this, a little of that. Same
That's
old,
good.
same old.
That keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah. Are you going next Tuesday to that?
Seder.
Yeah, good. I'll see you both there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Be there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we're picking up Maxine Cohen, so
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Oh,
There's Emily. Hi, Emily.
bless her heart. Yeah.
yeah, bless her heart is right.
Right.
She'll
Yeah.
be, I think she's 101
Oh my.
now.
Mm. Well,
She's
we can
hanging.
we should all strive for that.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we?
Yes, we
Are
should.
we doing that?
Yeah.
We're working on that.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
There you
Yeah,
go.
same here.
That's all you can do is try.
Yeah.
Check.
But do it now, not later.
Oh, well, hopefully it's going to cool off a little.
Yeah, it's been oppressively hot.
It will.
Yes, it has. This has been too soon, too early for this
Yeah,
heat.
I think according to Kevin, on
Yeah,
channel 30, it's going to cool down a little bit.
little each day.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're in for a hot summer, though.
It seems that way.
We
Ooh.
went far.
Yeah,
Mm,
maybe hotter than normal.
yeah.
Well, Emily, it was a nice gathering, wasn't it?
Oh,
Emily's.
Yes, it was. Sorry, I had to unmute. So, no, it
Yes.
was very nice. And I got your do it now, Pete.
All right.
Oh, do it
I
now.
know you got it.
Oh, yeah. I really,
Well, that's a problem. A lot of people put things off, and
Yeah,
before
I'm
you
one of
know
them.
it, before you know it, we all do. We all do. We're all guilty of that. We
yeah.
put things off for tomorrow, but you know the old saying, "Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today." That's
Absolutely. Yeah.
been around
Um,
forever, but
only
we ignore it. We don't do it.
I know I'm a terrible procrastinator.
Mm, yeah,
Guilty,
sometimes
guilty.
good.
Mm.
So no more procrastinating. That's the law.
Oh,
Rule.
okay. Okay.
hmm. I really enjoyed talking to the family over at the Press's house. They were
Oh,
really
Yeah,
yeah.
they were really nice.
I didn't get to go, but well, I called to give a donation in memory of, and
Good.
nice.
I'll just, I'm keeping her I'm keeping the family in my thoughts, of course.
Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We met a lot of nice people over there. We stayed a long time after.
Where was it, the gathering?
Well, this funeral service was downtown at the Beth Israel Cemetery, and then it
Yeah.
was short and it was very nice. And then anybody there was invited to go to the Press's home,
Oh,
uh,
oh,
and a lot of Carol's relatives.
Shiru Ladonai Koharetz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Again. Shiru Ladonai Koharetz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shirun Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shirun Adonai Shir Hadash. Sing unto God. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai. Shiru Ladonai. Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai. Shir Chadash. We will sing unto God a new song. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. There's a little bit of feedback, and I can't mess with it in the middle of the service. We'll just do the best we can. Good to see you all, and good to see everyone at home, all bunch of you. I just enjoy that since the people at home can't see the people in the room, and the people in the room can't see the people at home, I can tell the people at home that there are, of course, 500 people in the room, and at home there are 500 people online. Or not. I won't pretend to the veracity of that statement. And I think my battery may be running out. Okay, let's light some candles. I'm putting you in charge.
Okay, let's get the Schaefer and Newfer women up here.
We lost one.
I know, what happened to Sarah?
I don't know.
I think she ran in the back. What? What? Oh.
No, I don't think so. It's silent. Oh, no, I know what that means, but I don't think that's what they were doing. Yeah, we use that one too.
You know I can never make this thing work.
I'll bet Alexa can do it. I know, but nobody can handle the matches. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Thank you. Okay. Kiddush. We will do the blessing for the wine at home. Let's see, I'm looking. I can see Emily's got hers, Peter's got his, Helene has a mug. All right, but I don't know what's in the mug. Is that juice, wine, or coffee? Because it's a different blessing for coffee. I can't hear any of them. So, all right, let's bless. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Kivanu vacharta, veotanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim.
It is pretty echoey. Should I maybe use the other mic with that? Is it that kind of issue?
We can try.
I don't know. It just sounds real.
This is what happens when I leave and someone else does sound stuff, and then it messes with it.
I'm hearing a,
Yes. Okay. L'Charodi welcomes the spirit of Shabbat, the Shabbat bride, and it pictures Shabbat as a bride. It's also known as the feminine aspect of God. So the Shabbat queen, the Shabbat bride, are all notions of the God feminine. And in Kabbalistic Judaism, they picture Shabbat as an actual wedding, a wedding between the male and female aspects of God that happens every Friday evening. So we begin the prayer together, and then when we reach the final verse, I'll cue you, and we rise and face the entrance to greet the spirit of Shabbat. And I keep cutting out, but we'll just make the best of it. Okay. Kadoti likrat kala yalla 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 Gnei Shabbat nekabela Lechadoti likrat kala yalla 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 Gnei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Ishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litila L'chadodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela L'chadodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechuvanelcha Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri, hitoreri Ki va'oret kumiori Uri, uri, shir taberi Vod Adonai alayich nigla L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and face the entrance. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala Gam besimcha uvtola Toch emunei ham segula Boi chala, boi chala. You can turn back around. L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela L'chatodi likrat kala yalla 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba. Be'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei. Becha yechon uv'yom echon. Uv'chayet u'chol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kari v'meru. Yehesh me rabba mevorach, leolam lo mehamaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran be'alma be'meru. Amen. Lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Lai 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 lai. We continue in English. You're welcome to join us. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Otanu limadata. Akin Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu uv'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvehem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael. Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. You may be seated, and you can make room for the third.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
You can make room for the third. I know. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar bakodesh. Nora Oseh, Nora Oseh, Adonai, Adonai Imloch leolam vaem. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 A wall stands between God and us, and at the wall we must pray, searching for a crack, for a crevice, through which our words can enter and reach behind the wall. In prayer, we must often knock our heads against the stone wall, but God's silence does not go on forever. This section of the service is called by many names. One is Tefillah, which means prayer. One is Shmona Esrei, which means 18, because there are how many prayers in it? 18. Well, on a typical day there are 19, but on Shabbat there are 7, so go figure. It's also lesson for another time. It's also known as Amidah, which means standing. So for it, we rise. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 svatai tifta. Ana na 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 ufi agi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ana na 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 svatai tifta. Ana na 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 ufi agi tehilatecha. Ana na 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 Adonai. Ananana sfatai tiktok. Ananana ufi agid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiva Ruach U'Morid Hagashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol, Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We take a few moments for our own silent thoughts, prayers, and reflections. You may do so seated or standing as you prefer. We're going to New Orleans for the melody. For the melody. Oh, say shalom be. Yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom b'imroma. Yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam ve'imru amen. One more time, I want to hear you singing. Please join us. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol ha'olam. Ve'imru. Amen. Hopefully it'll be obvious in a few minutes why I chose that one. We'll see. I don't know. Which will go back to what you asked me about earlier at my conference, but I'll get there. Don't mind us.
Sort of. Like, I never know what you're going to do.
Sometimes
I
for me.
sort of know what you're going to do.
Well, it's rarely different, although
Different melodies and stuff.
I don't know if you've done the closing melody with me before.
Surprise.
It should be a familiar melody, but not words. I mean, no. Familiar melody, familiar words, perhaps not. Foreshadowing. I have no idea. All right, it's time for our Misha Berach blessing for strength and healing. Of course, at home on Zoom, if people want to type names into the chat of people you're thinking about who could use blessings of strength and healing, we invite you to do so. Here in the room, of course, if you have names that you want to lift up for people who could use the blessing, we invite you to do that. And of course, in addition to all the other names that we're thinking about, we send blessings of strength and healing to our beloved Javier, with whom we probably would not function. We're doing the best we can without him here, but it takes everyone pitching in to do just a fraction of what he does for us. Are there other names that people would like to lift up for blessings of strength and healing? For them, for all those who could use it. Mekor Abraham Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who list the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us sing. Amen. Shebera imotenu mekor Abraham leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I hope by now none of you would be surprised to hear that the rabbi's been to church recently. I just got back from the CCAR convention up in the Bay Area. That's our annual Reform Rabbis Conference with members coming from all over the world. It's become common at our gatherings to take advantage of our locale and offer opportunities for participants to engage in some local outings. Some of the choices are heavier than others. This year, some chose to hike the marine headlands with one of our local rabbis guiding. Some learned about the reimagining of San Francisco's contemporary Jewish museum. Some explored Jewish urban farming. Some explored the storied history and powerful present of San Francisco's Jewish LGBTQI community. There were additional offerings, and they were certainly all worthwhile. I admit I didn't look closely at the choices beforehand. One of the first listings was a visit to Glide Memorial Church with Rabbi Michael Lezak. Rabbi Lezak is an old friend. He and Rabbi Laura come from the same community, and his parents and my in-laws have been close for decades. But ever since he became the rabbi of the Glide Foundation, Glide Memorial Church rabbi, I've wanted to see his work up close. Technically, Rabbi Lezak is the social justice director for Glide's Center for Social Justice. Glide sits right smack dab in the middle of San Francisco's Tenderloin. As you read the Wikipedia article on the Tenderloin, the first descriptive sentence says, "The area has a reputation for crime, homelessness, and open-air drug markets. It is the center of the fentanyl crisis in San Francisco." But if you read a bit further, you'll find the Tenderloin is also known for the families and communities that have lived in the neighborhood. It has the highest concentration of children in San Francisco, with an estimated 3,000 children in the neighborhood, mostly coming from immigrant families. We took a bus over from the SFO Hyatt Regency in Burlingame. The coach dropped us off at Glide right in the heart of the Tenderloin. We came inside for a brief introduction, and then Rabbi Lezak sent us out to walk the neighborhood, not as a group, individually or in pairs. A group feels far less vulnerable. You know, like the schools of fish appearing to be much larger fish to medium-sized predators. No, Rabbi Lezak told us to go in ones and twos. He warned us that he wanted us to feel uncomfortable. Our instructions on our return were to get in the food line with the other guests, to sit with them for lunch. We followed the line into the basement. The staff and volunteers were warm, friendly, and professional to everyone. A couple musicians entertained during the meal. I heard an old familiar Hank Williams song. Rabbi Laura and I took seats at a table with a few other guests. The tray of food included a burger, sweet potato fries, and half an orange. Now, y'all know I have a lot of food issues, and I felt it would be rude not to partake alongside the neighborhood clientele. We had a fancier catered lunch waiting for us upstairs, and frankly, I thought that was tone deaf. And I hadn't even reserved a catered meal because my food issues usually mean that I can't eat what's offered. Turns out I could eat the meal enjoyed by Glide's usual guests. The fancy one wouldn't have worked anyway. So after spending time with Glide's guests, they don't call them clients, they prefer the term guests, we continued upstairs to debrief with Rabbi Lezak and some of the other Glide staff and eat the lunch provided to us by the off-site restaurant. We were asked to share our observations from our walk through the neighborhood and our experience sitting at the Glide lunch. Clearly, our colleagues came from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. Some were shocked by what we had seen on the street. Some were less surprised. Some witnessed neighbors shooting drugs into their veins. Some couldn't tell whether a person lying on the street was sleeping, unconscious, or no longer alive. It is the reality of those streets. I thought about the comments I've heard throughout my time in Fresno, which streets not to travel south of Shields, Shaw. You know, there are some amazing things all throughout this city, some amazing people, and we only experience all of them when we head south. So while some reported the ugly side of humanity they witnessed, I was looking for humanity. The adorable twins, maybe a year old in a wagon, the friendly banter by so many faces of so many colors, and the art adorning so many surfaces on every block. Rabbi Lizak told us about his story, how he became the rabbi of Glide. I both love and am disturbed by the story. I won't go into the whole thing, but one of the details that I just find mind-blowing. Shortly after starting work at Glide, the local bishop of the Methodist Church decided he did not appreciate Glide's priorities and delicensed every pastor on their team, except for the one clergy member over whom the bishop had no authority. So for that moment in time, the only authorized clergy member at Glide Church was, in fact, the rabbi. Of course, I love the fact that Rabbi Lizak is one of their key clergy, and it's upsetting that a church would push back on the prophetic work that Glide did and continues to do. Ultimately, in 2020, Glide left the United Methodist Church and became non-denominational. The work of Glide is truly inspiring. At one point, we headed into the Glide Sanctuary, where we met with the director of the program and a couple other workers, including one who had spent years in prison. I believe he was eventually exonerated, and I know for a fact that today he dedicates his life to the vulnerable people trying to get their lives back together. On the calendar, we're heading toward Passover. It's a pilgrimage, literally. It's one of our ancient pilgrimage festivals. Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot are the three Chagim, pilgrimages, on our ritual calendar. Our ancestors journeyed from all throughout the land of Israel and eventually beyond to make offerings at the temple in Jerusalem. It was a pilgrimage. Today, the term has been adopted by a variety of religions and cultures. I feel the same sense of pilgrimage every time I land in Israel, every time I ascend the hills into Jerusalem. I felt the sense of pilgrimage when I first journeyed to New Orleans and sat on the floor at the feet of the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. I left New Orleans and drove to Memphis to visit Graceland, a classic pilgrimage of Americana. And as I sat with Rabbi Lizak there on the pulpit of Glide Memorial Church, I realized this too was a pilgrimage. Glide Memorial. I was 2.5 years old when the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, but he was still a major influence on my religious journey with his friend Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. In San Francisco, the Reverend Cecil Williams created the Glide Foundation as we know it today. The Talmud tells us that at all times there are 36 righteous people walking the earth. Some traditions say they walk unknown, unrecognized, and but for those 36, the world would not survive. The number 36 is rendered in Hebrew by the Hebrew letters Lamed Vav, and they are known as the Lamed Vavniks. I personally can certainly believe that Dr. King earned the title of Lamed Vavnik. Think for a moment of past figures you would consider the righteous who walk the earth. Who are today's Lamed Vavnikim? I don't think they're flashy. I don't think they're looking for spotlights. They're looking for where to shine the light. They're looking to bring the light. As we followed Rabbi Lizak throughout the Tenderloin, as one of the citizens of the street looked up at him and said, "Hey, Rabbi," someone who was definitely not a member of the Jewish community, but I heard that out of the corner of my ear, and I thought, wow. And I thought, yes, Rabbi Lizak is a Lamed Vavnik, as was Reverend Cecil Williams in his time. Here locally, I see the tireless, inspiring work of Pastor DJ Kreiner. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see his name on the list, alongside one of our own, Dr. Mark Lasher. I kept thinking about Dr. Lasher throughout our time at Glide. They are a multi-million-dollar operation serving thousands in San Francisco. Here in Fresno, on a much more modest scale, Dr. Lasher has driven the bus, the RV, staffed the clinic, and patched up the most vulnerable of our city. I'm not going to count to 36, but I have no doubt there are righteous walking the earth today, sustaining the earth and doing holy work. Rabbi Heschel marched with Dr. King because he could not read Torah without marching, without acting, without heeding Torah's words, Torah's adjurations. Glide was my modern pilgrimage as we approach our ancient pilgrimage of Pesach, Passover. We share the bread of affliction, the matzah. The Aramaic there in the Seder meal says, halach ma'anya, let all who are hungry come and eat. And I have great respect and appreciation for all those doing their utmost every day to bring life to those words. As Rabbi Laura and I headed east, leaving the conference, we drove back through the city. Stopped at an intersection on our way to the bridge. I looked up at the street art adorning the entire wall of a building in front of us. Lady Liberty lying on her side, chains on her feet, with Emma Lazarus's words reminding us of the American dream, recalling the teachings of Torah. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest test to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Prophecy lives, and prophets walk the earth. Some of them serve the masses, and some of them walk the food line today and serve tomorrow. And every one of us can shine the light, must shine the light. Bring freedom to the masses, rest to the tired, shelter to the homeless, because not one is refuse, and not one is wretched unless one is forgotten. Those efforts go on every day here in Fresno. Let us do our part. As we were leading into the prayer Micha Mocha, it talks about a day with no war. My experience reminds me of a day we look toward with no hunger, no homelessness. Aleinu is a prayer that looks toward a future of the ideal. And I think it's important that throughout our prayers, especially the Aleinu, we lift up what life could be, even though we're not quite there yet. And as we do so, we honor the sacred work of our tradition to always keep our eye on bringing the light and making our world a better place. Let us rise and join together in Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated for a moment. At home, of course, on Zoom, if people would like to add names to the Kaddish list, we invite you to do so, but please someone write Kaddish before adding names so that we can separate between the names for healing and the names for memorial. I'll read the list that we maintain, and if there are any other names that people would like to add, we will invite them to do so. This week in our congregation, we mark the artsites of Cassiano Aguirre, Abraham Aslant, Alan Belkin, Albert Britz, Bennett Seitlin, Edward Chernus, Shifra Leah Cohen, Marlene Gandler, Ellie Gittleman, Dorothy Greenshire, James Hanratty, Rita Lawrence, Harry Myers, Robert Myers, June Mitchner, Henrietta Venner Orloff, Myrnie Pierce, Ralph Simon, Nathan Tedretzik, Albert Weinstein, Jacob Winokur. And in our community, we mourn the recent loss of Carol Press, wife of Spencer, mother of David and Rick with Liz, grandmother of Kevin, Kyle, and Nathan, and friends to many in the community. Are there other names that people would like to add for Kaddish? For them, for all those we keep in our hearts, as well as those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we stand together as a community as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam omei almaya, yitbarach v'ishtabach v'itpa'ar v'itramam v'itnaseh, v'itadar v'itale v'italal shemei dekudsha brichu, le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May all of their memories be for beautiful blessings. Amen. You may be seated. We have Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Zoom, and I have the information for Community Passover Seder, but I realized that the deadline was today. I don't know if you can still do it online to get it, and if cost is an issue, then I am happy to help out. I'm told that we will put it on Zoom, so people who have not gotten in can sit at home with some matzah and Zoom in. All right, let's sing. We're going back to church with this melody. Actually, we're going to New Orleans. As the Oseh Shalom melody is a Dixieland spiritual classic, this one is another classic melody, and hopefully you'll catch on to it. I did not make this up. I've definitely done it before. I gotta say, so very early into my time here, you know, I love to include people musically. And I'll ask the bar and bat mitzvah kids, like, what instrument they play. And I was getting ready for a bar mitzvah with one of the kids, and he said, well, I play tuba. Thought, what am I going to do with a tuba? Well, okay, what do you play? Jazz? Jazz tuba? Okay, well, give me an example of a song you can do. And he said, When the Saints Go Marching In. I'm like, okay, we're good. And in fact, they were doing the reception right here in the social hall. So we did it New Orleans because, you know, for a jazz funeral, you march. And so he hid the tuba and then picked it up at the end of the service, and we just kind of marched them out. So you'll get the melody midway through. It kind of goes on and on. I included everything. So let's try it. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivram, Leit Nasa V'chefsako, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Livado Yimlok Nora, Vehu Haya, Vehu Hovem, Vehu Yeh Betifara, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra, Leit Nasa V'chefsako, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Vehu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lehamshilo Lehachbira, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, Velo Haoz Ve'hamisra, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra, Leit Nasa V'chefsako, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Vehu Eli, Ve'chai Goeli, Ve'tzorchev li be'etzara, Vehu nisi umanos li, Menat kosi be'yom ekra. I haven't heard you all singing yet. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra, Leit Nasa V'chefsako, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, B'yado Afkid Ruchi, Be'et Ishan Ve'a'ira, Ve'im Ruchi Geviati, Ve'lo ira. Last chance. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra, Leit Nasa V'chefsako, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll join in the social hall for challah and schmoozing and motzi and all that stuff. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Mm.
Shabbat Shalom.
That was a nice tribute.
Oh, geez. But there's no benefits in the club. It's same old same old stuff. Hey, but better yet, I'd like to share a blessing on Challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lachem min haaretz. And here's a digital piece for you, Pete. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, good.
Thank you for all you do, Mark, whether or not you want to admit it. You're pretty amazing.
Hey, you love I was with my urologist this afternoon, and we know each other since I was a resident. I mean, he's great, Dr. Umbadi. And he asked me, like, what are you keep on doing it? I'm going, hey, you keep on doing it? He goes, yeah, I like what I do and I keep doing it. And he's 10 years older than I am, and I'm, I go, what, 76. So
So you have a lot of years to keep doing what
yeah,
you're doing.
I told him, I'm not so quick. Come on.
Well, you make a difference, so that's the important thing.
Okay, yeah, and it's good. It's good stuff. It's good to be there. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what we do. Okay, I came in late right after the Shema. I'm gonna go do candles and definitely get to the wine. Okay, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
But,
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. It's a fun service. Yeah.
okay,
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Yeah.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hope everybody has a good week.
For sure. Gonna be cooler.
Thank goodness.
I know.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it will be a little bit. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay, excellent. All right. Oh, that's interesting.